Well, good morning. What a night. I'm gonna tell you more about it a little bit later. But it's around 10:30. I'm walking less than 8 kilometers to the Helsingør, I think it's the one in Denmark, where I'm gonna jump on the ferry and cross to Sweden. And yeah, it was quite a night. I'll probably tell you a little bit later. I'm still a little bit close. So I'm a little over 1 kilometer from the harbor or haven. I don't know the difference between those two things. In Danish it's called haven, so I'm gonna call it a haven. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna take the ferry to Sweden already. So one last kilometer in Denmark. I need to buy myself a ticket first though and cross to Sweden. And there I'm gonna take a longer break, probably sit in a cafe or something so I can charge my batteries a bit. And yeah, I'm excited. For sure. So I made it to the haven, but I have no idea where I can buy tickets. I think I have to go up. Interesting. So I did get out of that building, which is also a train station, and I think I need to go up. I don't know if I can cross here or if I'll probably go inside the building and buy the tickets inside, I believe. I don't know. It's hard to understand this. But there is one ferry waiting over there. So I think I want to catch the next one, because this one should leave in 15 minutes. I don't know, maybe I'll catch this one if I have time and if I find the tickets. Well, I made it up. I bought a ticket. It was €7.50. And yeah, you can see the sea. Awesome. And this ferry leaves in like 5 minutes, so I guess I can hop on it right away or wait for the next one, but I'll probably just hop on it. Okay. Well, the door is closed, so I guess I'm not making it to this one. I wanted to show you something. I don't know if you can see it, but there is, I believe it's called Kronborg, and it's where the Shakespeare's Hamlet is taking place. So just a cool castle. And yeah, pretty cool. I wonder how many trucks can be loaded on this ferry. It seems like a lot are coming in. There is 7 more behind those. I'm gonna be scared on that ship. You can see the Kronborg here better. Well, I made it to the sun deck. Look at that. All the trucks are in. Pretty windy, but not too bad. Let's take a look at the other side. Oh, wow. That is so Finally a good view at the castle. Goodbye Denmark. It was a pleasure. But I'm ready for another country, which is gonna be probably the longest one. And we're arriving to the other side. So I better go down. So a couple hours later and the skies has cleared up quite a bit. Well, completely basically. Just a couple of clouds left. I took a very long break. I was charging my batteries. And now I'll probably walk just 6 extra kilometers, so I think it's gonna be around 16 kilometers in total for today, but it's okay. There is a shelter in 6, so I'll stay there. I'm gonna be aiming to be pitching the tent instead of looking for the shelters, even though they have a lot of shelters here as well. But I'll just try to go with the tent as well. But it depends. Like, if there is a shelter in a decent distance, then I'm gonna go for that. If there is not, I'm just gonna walk until I find a spot where I can pitch my tent up. Easy as that. Good morning. This was my shelter for 2 nights actually. I've decided yesterday that I'm gonna stay in and take a day off. It was an impulsive decision, but I don't regret it at all. It was basically raining almost all day yesterday. And yeah, I've decided I'm gonna stay. It was a pretty nice shelter, and it is close to the road, but it wasn't that bad. Actually, in the night you cannot hear the road at all. So that was pretty amazing. And now it's time to start walking again and do some kilometers, because I've been kind of struggling with motivation past weeks, couple of weeks, I don't know how long. But I'm ready to get it going, and hopefully I can cover some decent ground. This is my path now, and my feet are soaking wet. Awesome. Luckily it's not as cold today, so it's not that bad, but I could prefer a better path where I wouldn't have to have water all over my feet and legs. But it is what it is. Let's do this. And I'm on the gravel. Awesome. Yeah, I just had some curious horses there, and one of them was like, I wasn't sure if he should be afraid or intrigued, so he was constantly like backing off and then running towards me again when I started walking. It was so funny. I love horses. And yeah, it's pretty okay. The temperature is actually perfect for walking. It's a little bit windy, but not too much. And it's not cold, but it's not hot. So it's kind of perfect for walking. And yeah, I need to walk on this road for a tiny little bit. Just I think like 100 meters or something before I turned away from it. Well, hello. I believe I owe you a story from my last night in Denmark and how I was sleeping with a knife underneath my pillow. So, if you remember, the last night in Denmark I was walking until 10 p.m, little after that. Since I was staying every night in a shelter with other people, I was, like, as I was approaching the shelter, I was praying, please let it be no one there. But there was. As I was approaching, I saw the smoke from the fire and I was like, oh gosh, and other people, I'm on just one night alone. I was hoping at least they will be fine, but not so much. Or questionable for sure. So I got there and first there was a dog running towards me. He was growling and barking, but he wasn't aggressive. He was just growling and was cautious because it was almost dark, almost completely dark, and I was holding my trekking poles in my hand, and you know, it's dark, a stranger comes in, awesome. So he came to me, he gave me a sniff, then he backed off, then he gave me another sniff, and then he ran away. And like 5 seconds after that, he brought me a stick so I could throw it to him. So that was fine, and he was there with a guy that also drove there all the way to the shelter with a car, so that was his owner. So yeah, I made a friend out of the doggy, and I love dogs, so it was awesome. But there was something off about the guy, and it was just that something that keeps your senses heightened and makes you cautious. And even though he didn't do anything that would like threaten me or anything, but yeah, he was making the fire. He did say that he's gonna leave the campsite, which was good. I was happy about it. And yeah, but that wasn't it. If it was just that, all good. But then he was smoking hashish from bongo there, and was just so weird. And then he came up with a story that he lives all year around in a camper and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. But then he started that he cannot go back to the camper, and I was like, yeah, why is that? And he started to tell me a story that the people around don't like him, and that this morning, or the morning 3 days ago, Sunday, today is Tuesday? No, Wednesday. So Sunday morning that they came with the guns, and that he heard them saying that he knows too much, we need to get rid of him. Even though I didn't trust that story a bit, probably he was just high and saying stupid things, but it definitely wasn't comforting. So I did send a couple of my friends my exact location. I did send them the license plate of the car, and then I sent them like picture of the dog and him that I took, but definitely didn't give me peace of mind. And then he did left, but he was saying he's gonna come back for the breakfast in the morning. And when he left, I was thinking whether to just keep walking and sleep somewhere where he doesn't know where I am, or if I'm gonna stay there, packed up early in the morning and leave before he comes back, because I was pretty sure he's gonna come back, and I was contemplating it. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sleep here, I need to get some sleep. There was no other options where to really sleep, because I was pretty close to the town where I was leaving with the ferry to Sweden. So I stayed there, and I was thinking, okay, if he's gonna come in the middle of the night with a car, I'm gonna hear it. If he's gonna be smart enough to park somewhere further away and come walking, I did have the knife underneath my pillow, and also the shelter was very low, so you basically had to crawl into that thing. So I thought that would give me some time to react and wake up. So I've decided to sleep there, and obviously I didn't wake up early. I just went with it, and sure, he did came in the morning on Monday, and he came at like 7:30, and I could hear the car coming, so I pretended that I'm asleep, hoping that he's gonna drive away, but he just drove to a parking lot that was nearby, and then 20 minutes later he came back and he started making fire, and he didn't care I'm there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up, start packing my things. And there were a couple more stories in the morning that, like, yeah, it wasn't a pleasant experience. He didn't do anything in particular to make me super anxious and nervous, but there was something very off and weird, and you just don't tell people that there was somebody trying to kill you in the morning. So that was a little bit off, or very off, and I didn't have a good feeling about him at all, but it worked out okay. And yeah, but try to picture it from my perspective, like you are the single woman walking in the middle of the night to a campsite. There are some cows sniffing me and looking at me. So yeah, picture it, a woman alone in the dark going into a shelter with a creepy guy who's telling stories how somebody wanted to kill him. Yeah, definitely an experience, but it ended up okay. Nothing happened. I had some great cuddles with the doggy in the morning though. He jumped into the shelter and started asking for cuddles, and it was awesome. Then he wanted to play before I left again with the stick. But yeah, definitely an experience. Hopefully it's the last unpleasant one, because I don't want to go through that again. And I wasn't scared to death, but I was definitely cautious. So not a pleasant experience. I love how these are dancing in the wind. So pretty. Look at the mill. So pretty. I haven't seen one like this before. So I made it to a town. The sky has cleared up, but the wind picked up again. And the reason why I'm walking through the town and not outside of it is because I need to go to a store and buy some food. And I've managed to find a shelter for me for tonight again, and it's gonna be like 17 kilometers from the store. I'm about 1 kilometer from the store now, so pretty good. I'll be at the store around 16:30, so still more than plenty of time to make it to the shelter. And it's gonna be a long day, 38-39 kilometers I believe. So not bad, considering that I haven't started until 11:15, but I just took 2 short breaks and I'm already 21 kilometers in. I have a confession to make. I've just eaten 4 donuts. They were much cheaper if you bought 4, so I bought 4 and I ate them all. It's great to be hiking though, because I'm never eating enough calories anyway and losing weight all the time, so I can eat 4 donuts guilt-free. Awesome. Yeah, I bought a lot of stuff. I repackaged them into my Ziploc bags and now I'm walking already. I took my time though. I left at 6 p.m. so now I have, I don't know, 15 and a half left to go or something like that. And yeah, it's sunny day, but it's windy. Luckily here I'm a little bit protected. There are train tracks behind me or next to me. And yeah, I'm in a better mood now with my sugar getting higher. I've just scared myself. I was walking underneath that tunnel or a bridge and I am talking to myself quite often. And as I was talking, I got scared by the echo. Stupid. I made it to the shore again and I'm gonna be walking alongside it for the rest of the day today. It's quite pretty, but very, very windy. There was a toilet here, so I got my water, and there was also a plug, and I was about to take a break anyway, so I plugged my power banks for 20 minutes or so. It wasn't necessary for me to do that, but I'm trying to be smart about it, so I was about to take a break anyway, so it's better to just plug them in when there is the option. And I have 9.7 kilometers left to walk today. It's already 8, but the light is until, I don't know, 22:30 or something, so I have more than enough time to make it before dark, and also maybe take one more smaller break again. I still haven't bought the insoles, so unfortunately it cost me another blister. So yeah, it's nothing too bad, but it's on a bad spot. Like the seams inside of the shoe are rubbing against the soft skin, like just under the heel, so not on the very thick skin on my heel, but on the softer skin, so I got a blister there. But I popped it and I put Luco tape on it, so now it's okay. Hopefully it's gonna last like that. It's so beautiful out here. Look at that. Wow. So pretty. Look at this. This is just magical. It's a beautiful path in the forest, but you're directly next to the ocean or a sea. I don't know if it's an ocean or a sea. I'm sorry. My geography knowledge is lacking, but this is special. Oh, I love the vibe. I'm also walking directly towards the sunset. So pretty. I can't be filming that though, because the sun is low already and you wouldn't see anything. but it is truly special. Wow, this is so cool. This path and my warmth of shoes are not best friends. Ow, ow, ow. I don't understand how people are walking in barefoot shoes. Ow. I can feel every single rock I'm stepping on. Oh, so painful. So painful. But beautiful, but still painful. Ow, ow, ow. I hope I'm gonna be gone soon. Also, this trail could definitely use some maintenance. Oof. And yes, I got out of the rocks and then they started again. So I'm kind of suffering with every step. This is not a massage I would want. I could use a back massage and not this. This is painful. Last kilometer to go. Can't wait to be done. I'm so ready to eat something and sleep. But it is beautiful. I love those houses by the beach. So pretty. I'm afraid there's gonna be people there that came with the car. It's already somewhere there in the forest. I think I have like 300 meters left. And it's almost 22:30 by the way. And this is how much light there still is.